Sarah, I've been keeping all my wages in this envelope. It doesn't feel safe. I think it's time I open a bank account, but I don't know where to start.
Hey, look what I found.
Whoa! Where did you get all that?
It was just in the closet.
We should tell someone.
Yeah, you're right. Hello! I would like to open an account, please. I also have some cash I want to deposit right away.
Absolutely, sir. I can help you with that. A bank teller is the employee who helps you with routine transactions. To deposit means to put money into your bank account. The opposite is to withdraw, taking money out. I will need to see your ID and proof of address.
Here is my passport for identification and my electricity bill to prove my address.
Proof of address is a document, like a utility bill or rental agreement, that confirms where you live. Banks require this to prevent fraud and verify your identity.
Awesome! I got my debit card. The teller said I need to go to the ATM outside to set up my PIN. I have to pick 4 numbers I won't forget.
A debit card lets you spend money directly from your checking account. Your PIN or personal identification number is the secret password used to approve those transactions. Never share it.
I just downloaded the mobile banking app. I can see my balance right here on the screen. It says I have exactly $500 in my account.
Mobile banking allows you to manage your money using your smartphone. Your balance is the exact amount of money currently available in your account. Always keep an eye on it.
I just got my first paycheck from my new job. It's so nice to finally have a steady income.
That's great. Now we need a plan so you don't spend it all at once. A paycheck is the money your employer pays you for your work. Income is a broader term for any money you receive, like your salary, wages, or even gifts.
But I also have rent, groceries, and my phone bill. These expenses add up so fast.
Exactly. We need to track where your money goes every month. Expenses are the things you spend money on. Fixed expenses stay the same every month, like rent. Variable expenses change, like eating out or buying clothes.
I really want to buy a new gaming console, but I also need to pay for groceries for the week.
That is a perfect example of balancing your needs versus your wants. Needs are essential for survival, like food, housing, and healthcare. Wants are things you desire but can live without, like a new video game or designer shoes.
Okay, I'll use a spreadsheet to make a budget. I'll allocate 50% for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings.
That's the famous 50-30-20 rule. A budget is a financial plan that helps you track your estimated income and expenses for a set period. It puts you in control of your money instead of wondering where it went.
But what happens if my car breaks down or I have a sudden medical bill?
That's why a large part of your savings should go towards building an emergency fund. An emergency fund is a stash of money set aside specifically to cover unexpected financial shocks. Financial experts recommend saving enough to cover 3 to 6 months of living expenses.
Sarah, look! The bank pre-approved me for a credit card with a $5,000 limit. I can finally buy that huge TV I wanted.
Tom, are you sure? That's a lot of debt.
It's fine, it's pre-approved.
A credit card allows you to borrow money from the bank to make purchases. Unlike a debit card, it's not your money. You have to pay it back later, often with extra costs. Tom, read the fine print. If you don't pay off that TV immediately, they will charge you a huge interest rate. Your TV will end up costing twice as much. The interest rate, often shown as APR or annual percentage rate, is the cost of borrowing money. It's the extra percentage the bank charges you for carrying a balance from month to month.
But the letter says I only have to make a small minimum payment of $25 every month. That's so cheap.
That's a trap, Tom. That's how you fall into debt.
The minimum payment is the smallest amount you can pay without a penalty, but the rest of your balance grows fast with interest. Debt is the total amount of money you owe. You should only use a credit card for things you already have the cash for in your budget. If you pay your statement balance in full every single month, you pay 0 interest and build a good credit score. A credit score is a 3-digit number that represents your financial trustworthiness. Banks use it to decide if they should lend you money, like for a car or a house.
I get it now. Using credit responsibly shows the banks I'm reliable. I checked my app and I'm starting to build a good credit history. I think I'll wait and save up cash for that TV instead.
That's great, Tom. Your credit history is a record of how you've managed debt over time. A good history makes it easier and cheaper to get a loan, a large sum of borrowed money in the future.
Sarah, my savings account is growing, but the interest the bank pays is so low. Everything at the grocery store is getting more expensive. My money feels less powerful.
That's inflation, the general increase in prices over time which lowers your purchasing power. To beat inflation, you can't just save, you have to start investing to make your money grow.
So I should buy things that go up in value, like real estate or stocks?
Exactly. Buying shares of a company on the stock market is one of the most common ways to invest. Stocks represent a piece of ownership in a company. When you buy shares of a company, you become a part owner. If the company does well, the value of your shares goes up.
But I've seen the news. The stock market goes up and down all the time. Isn't that super risky?
Yes, stocks have high volatility. That's why investors balance their portfolio by also buying bonds. A bond is essentially a loan you give to a company or the government. In return, they promise to pay you back with a fixed interest rate. They are safer than stocks, but offer lower returns. That is a dividend. A dividend is a portion of a company's profit that is paid out to its shareholders. It's a great way to earn passive income just by holding the stock.
If I reinvest those dividends and keep adding a little every month, the graph shoots up incredibly fast in 20 years. How is that mathematically possible?
That is the magic of compound interest.
Compound interest is the interest you earn on both your original money and on the interest you've already accumulated. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill, growing faster and faster over time.
Wait a minute. My salary is $4,000 a month, but my bank account only received $3,200. Where did the rest of my money go?
That's because of taxes. The government takes a percentage of your gross income to pay for public services. The money you actually take home is called your net pay. Always budget using your net pay.
I get it, but I don't want to work forever. Someday, I want to stop working and just travel the world.
That means you need to start planning for retirement right now while you are young.
You're right, I'll start planning now. So, between my savings, my stocks, and my small credit card balance, how do I actually know if I am getting wealthier?
You need to calculate your net worth. Assets are things you own that have value. Liabilities are debts you owe. Your net worth is simply your total assets minus your total liabilities. It's the ultimate scorecard of your wealth.
My net worth is positive and growing! If I keep my expenses low and invest heavily in stocks and bonds, eventually my investments will pay for my living expenses completely!
That is called financial freedom or financial independence. It happens when your passive income from investments is greater than your living expenses. You work because you want to, not because you have to.
Budgeting, emergency funds, avoiding bad debt, and investing for compound interest. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme, but it is a guaranteed path to success. I'm ready for the future!
Personal finance is a marathon, not a sprint. Remember to pay yourself first, spend less than you earn, and let time do the heavy lifting. You've got this.